Shalom, it's the brother Kalaya coming at you with another lesson. Prior to getting started, I'd like to give all glory, honors, and prayers unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakapabash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, peace and salutations to who elect. Shalom. Alright, and in this lesson, alright, I'm pretty much going to how we don't have time for depression, man. Alright, we don't have time to be depressed. We don't have time to be in a woe is me spirit. We don't have the time for that. All right, we in the last seconds of time. All right, last seconds of this age. Okay, this eon. All right, and this rulership, this kingdom. All right, this wicked ass, decrepit kingdom. Okay, so there's no time for weakness. All right. So I'm gonna get straight into it because I got two lessons queued up. I want to be able to knock them off in a timely fashion. All right, so first I'm gonna start off with do I want to start off right there? Yeah, I start off Sirach 30 and 21. All right, and it reads, "Give not thy mind over to heaviness, and afflict not thyself in thine own counsel." Right? So don't give your mind over to heaviness. What is heaviness of the mind? All right, thoughts of things that you cannot change. All right, and sometimes we inflict damage upon our own conscience by dwelling on these things and not thinking of solutions. All right, when you think of the solution, you're and ultimately what this whole lesson gonna go into. All right, depression is a demon. All right, we up against spiritual wickedness. All right, in high places, man. That's why the script, and I'm gonna get that as soon as I finish this. All right, that Ephesians, but nevertheless, that's a demon. And you gotta understand that it is a demon, because if you never know, that's a slippery slope, and you're gonna find yourself off the deep end. All right, consuming drugs, consuming alcohol. All right, and ultimately back in the world, man. Okay, because this truth you must endure daily. Okay, you must endure daily. Sirach, the 2nd chapter. Okay, it tells you straight out the gate, my son, prepare thyself when thou comest to serve the Lord. Prepare your goddamn self, man. How do you prepare yourself? Through the scriptures. All right. So it says, the gladness of the heart is the life of man, and the joyfulness of a man prolongeth his days. You see? So not only through the spirit, but also, the flesh as well prosper it off of having a clear conscience, man. Okay? And of course, we're not talking about joyfulness as far as a worldly way. All right, we have joy. We find joy in the scriptures, joy in the brotherhood. All right, joy in doing this work, even though, okay, it's deep and it's heavy. Okay, if I'm not mistaken, it tell you that all right, this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, it bring grief, man. It brings sorrows. All right, but it also give you the key to those sorrows. It give you the balance, man. To know that this ain't for a long time. It's like I said, we're in the last seconds of this eon, this age. Okay? The torment gonna be over soon. Alright? It reads, love thine own soul and comfort thy heart, remove sorrow far from thee, for sorrow had killed many, and there is no profit therein. Alright, so not only have sorrow killed many people, alright, but there's no profit in it. To sit there and wallow in your own mire, all right, or in your own shit, okay? There's no profit there. And while there's no profit, it's gonna kill you. Whether it be substance abuse, whether you're not on point, and you find yourself in a sticky situation, okay, because that affects your decision-making skills. All right. It's an overall negative connotation that it brings on yourself, man. All right, and if you're depressed in the truth, really, you need to check yourself, man. Do a spiritual welfare check on yourself and see if you okay, man. Check and see whether you in the faith or not. All right? Because as a prophet, we supposed to be the happiest people in the world right now. While the earth is in shambles, okay, and utter chaos, and it's getting more and more crazier, we supposed to be the happiest people on earth because we know that this captivity is ending. Right? So that's why, you know, I said we don't have time to be depressed. We got a job to do. We got people, all right, that are preparing themselves to come after us, to persecute us, and ultimately to try to put, you know, the elect to death, man. And Jake sitting here worrying about things that may have happened in the past, may have, you know, worldly shit, man. Okay, worldly shit. It says, envy and wrath shorten the life, and carefulness bringeth age before thy time. A cheerful and good heart will have a care of his meats and diet. You see? So when you know, up in spirit, okay, when you put away depression, man, you care about the shit you eat, all right? Exercising, okay, your intake, as if Jake drank alcohol, right? You care for your body. You see? You moving like a well-oiled machine, okay? All of those things are signs of a person that's you know, in that joyful spirit. And I'm gonna say it, it's not in that worldly manner. All right? Yes, we go through shit, and I got a few precepts to go into that as well, man. We go through shit, right? We humans too. All right? But we have a supernatural power. That's why, you know, and I heard it first from the elder Yakana, and he said, and he got this from the apostles, right? And I firmly believe it. We are displaying, a level of what they call that, spiritual powers right now. Okay, with this truth, being able to put off the emotions of the world, all right, different feelings of the world, all right, and cares of the world, all right, through this truth, man. That's a form of spiritual power right there. All right, because these people in the world, they don't have the power to do that. That's why when they see you, it's like, damn, well, he just ain't going through shit. Nah, you don't know what the fuck, you know, brothers be going through, man. Brothers be going through some shit. All right, but through the power and spirit of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai, and that's why it's important for brothers to stay locked in and to do your due diligence, right? Be in the scriptures, making your videos, communicating with brothers, all right? And things that build up that spiritual power, right? So when need be, you can use that. Okay, the Lord didn't give us the comforter for nothing. It's called a comforter. All right, I won't get that word, comfort. You know, Jake playing games. Jake be out here playing games, bro. Man, come on, stop playing. Comfort in the online etymology, it says 13th century, late 13th century, comforten, right? It says to cheer up, to console, to soothe, right? When grief or trouble. You see? To comfort, to solace, to help, to strengthen, okay? To strengthen much. Let's see. And I didn't look this up. All right, this just had popped in my brain, man. It says to give or add strength to, all right? To encourage, to urge, to exhort. You see? Oh man, when you go into the noun, it says feeling of relief in affliction or sorrow, solace, consolation. You see? It says also a source of alleviation or relief, pleasure, which we take pleasure in the scriptures, man. Enjoyment, we enjoy the scriptures. We enjoy doing this, man. We enjoy making these video epistles, all right? Crying out to the Lord, man. You see? freedom from anxiety, support. That's pretty much it. Then it goes into comfort foods. I went into this the lesson I did. All right, being satiated by this truth. This truth is likened unto food, man. Okay. That was heavy. That was real heavy. Let me see. I'm gonna just grab this real quick just to back up what I was saying earlier. It's really back here. It's Ephesians chapter 6 and verse 10, and it reads, "Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of Yahweh, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil." Right? The wiles of the devil just don't mean your car break down, your girlfriend leave you, family members might die, actual ailments. You see? Hey, it could be plagues of the mind. You see? Losing a job and things of that nature. Yeah, we understand them. That's gonna happen, right? But what Jake be least expecting is that plague of the mind. When you doubting your own brain, your own thoughts. You see? And that's from Little Faith. Just having a discussion with a couple brothers. And the elder, he said, when he even, get those little dumbass thoughts Satan be trying to poke, which it happens to all of us, right? Jake be depressed for fucking 2 minutes, a minute, if that. Once them dumbass thoughts get in your brain, you gotta have a spirit to rebuke that in the name of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai and keep pressing. Figure out the solution and keep moving. All right, let's rock. I'm gonna go to Sirach 38. Oh, Salakia. Let me finish this out. Ephesians 6 and 12. It says, "For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Wherefore take unto you the whole armor of Yahweh, that ye may be able to stand in the day of evil, having done all to stand." All right? So, when you think about it, majority of the frequency, really all the frequency, that America pushes out, whether it be through the television, through these different apps, these phones, the games, the food, even the radio itself, the music, it's all to make you depressed. That's why it's important to limit yourself to certain things. You need to go find a body of water, sit next to some running water, man. Okay, sit next to the lake, the rivers and oceans, things of that nature. Okay. Shit, nature. Go take a fucking trail walk. You see? Those are things that alleviate stress, alleviate depression. All right? And they just keep you in tune and in touch with positive frequencies. Okay? Jake like to sit in the fucking house all day, sucking up the AC. No, go sweat and get some of them toxins out of you, man. Go free your brain. Go smell a fresh air, man. Let the sun rejuvenate you. Right? It says, "Stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth, and having on the breastplate of righteousness." All right? And you need to gird your loins at the end of the day. We all been challenged with this task. All right? And at the end of the day, this video pistol right here is exhortation. It's not to get on nobody, nothing. This was on my spirit, man, earlier. When I deal with specific situations in my life, I deal hard. I deal hard with myself, but in a positive way, right? Figure the solution out. We have no time to be in a woe is me spirit. Oh, woe is me, woe is me. Fuck that. Let's go. We got work to do. Because the truth don't stop. And also, guess what? Esau ain't going to stop. So you already stepped your foot in this world. Okay? In this world of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, in the spiritual realm. You see, you got to keep going. Ain't nobody gonna wait on you, man. That's all I really wanted. Now, back in Ephesians 6:15, and it reads, "And your feet showed with the preparation of the gospel of peace." What is what the word gospel going to? The good news of peace. Okay. What's the good news? That we getting out of here. All right. That we gonna reclaim our position in the earth as kings and priests under Yahushua. That we will rule in righteousness. That we gonna get payback. Okay, the big payback coming. Those are the good news. You see? That was it in that. That's all I wanted. And I'm going longer than I thought, but somebody need this somewhere. Somebody must need this. This the book of Sirach, chapter 38 and verse 18. It reads, "For heaviness cometh, for of heaviness cometh death, and the heaviness of the heart breaketh your strength." You see? You become weak. Your mind starts to eat at your mental fortitude. You see? That which you work so hard to build up through these scriptures, all right, and over time, depression reverses all of those efforts. It eats away at your faith. So, like I said, this is not Jake like, hey, don't be fucking depressed. Nah, it is that in a kind of way, all right, because the Lord called men, you see, he didn't call sissies or faggots, right? He called men. We all dealing with our own problems, okay? But it's also to exhort brothers to explain why you have no time for depression. All right, we're building our most holy faith that we may be able to use that in the times to come, because it's going to get treacherous. It's going to get to a time where you won't be able to watch a video because you are down a little bit today, or, things of that nature. You're going to have your faith build up. We're in a faith building process right now, man. That's what this grace period is about. Building your faith that you're going to rely on the things that you have learned in this time, right? It says verse 19, Sirach 38 and 19, 38 and 19. "In affliction also sorrow remaineth, and the life of the poor is the curse of the heart. Take no heaviness to heart, drive it away, and remember the last end." Can't get no simpler than that, man. Drive that heaviness of the heart away. Remember the last end. That goes back to that Ephesians 8, the gospel of peace, right? Let me get this real quick. It's the book of John, chapter 8 and 32. It says, "And ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free." That's in red letters, right? So knowing this truth makes you free from what? Not only doctrine, okay, but and those are little minute tricks that Satan uses. That's the ones that, he'll throw a big bomb at you, and it's the little bomb, all right, that he intends to use, okay, to trip you up. Let me make sure we still got enough juice. All right, good. Screen had got dark, slogging. The big distraction is that exactly what it is, a distraction. Then he slip in depression just like that, right? So you got to be aware and be on point and be looking for those tricks, man, those schemes. That's a weak scheme he used, but it's effective. You won't know you're depressed until you figure you're drinking a little too much. You're starting to forget precepts and shit because your mind is all, like I said, heavy on things. And we've all been victims of it, right? But you start to learn. I don't like feeling this way, okay? I don't want to be depressed. You got to not want to be depressed. You see? No, I haven't been reading how I usually. Yeah, because you worrying about some shit that's in the world, man. Fuck that shit. Pray on it. Hey, the Lord, make way. He'll make way and put the effort behind it to fix it. You know? Excuse me. Let me grab this. I'm gonna grab some examples of men who were depressed. It's the book of, Jeremiah, the 10th chapter. Too far. Jeremiah 10 and 19. And it reads, "Woe is me, for my hurt, my wound is grievous, but I said, truly, this is a grief, and I must bear it." You see? You got to understand, these men of old, Jeremiah, even in the book of Lamentations, Jeremiah threw up when he received a vision of how Israel was going to be in today's time. He saw the Lil Nas X's. He saw the Sukianas, what that bro name is, man, Sexy Reds, all right? He seen the Kodak Blacks, the Moneybagg Yo's, and different things of that nature. He's seen all of that. He's seen all the witches and warlocks, okay, that our people entertain and, worship, ultimately. The sellouts. He threw up. It say he poured his liver upon the earth, right? So he was depressed when he seen the state of the future Israel. And also at his time as well, man. But he said what? This was his response. He said, "But I said," I'm going to read it again. "Woe is me, for my hurt, my wound is grievous. But I said, truly, this is a grief, and I must bear it." You must bear it. You're a prophet, man. You must bear it. Whatever your grief is, you must bear it. And I'm pretty sure all of our griefs are the same in some form or fashion. Either you've grieved over it before, or it's to come, or you're going through it now. One or the other. Last one. This one took me a long time to find. This the book of Psalms, chapter 6 and verse 1. And the subtitle reads, "David prays for deliverance," right? It says, man, David, when you start to go into the different psalms, these are actual songs. Man, David started singing to the Lord, all right, when he was grieved, when he was troubled in the mind, so-called depression. He said, "O Lord, rebuke me not in thine anger, neither chasten me in thy hot displeasure. Have mercy upon me, O Lord, for I am weak. O Lord, heal me, for my bones are vexed. My soul is also sore vexed. But thou, O Lord, how long? Return, O Lord, deliver my soul. O save me for thy mercy's sakes. For in death there is no remembrance of thee. In the grave, who shall give me thanks, or give thee thanks?" It says, "I am weary with my groaning. All the night make I my bed to swim. I water my couch with my tears. My eyes is consumed because of grief. It waxeth old because of all mine enemies." You see? But the point is this: even a man as great as David, okay, he was so-called depressed at a point in time, right? And that's a new word. It's just word for grief or vexed, right? But nevertheless, he did what? He prayed to the Lord, man. When you feel yourself getting attacked by Satan through depression, pray to the Lord that he lighten your mind. Just as David did. He done it on multiple occasions. He prayed for mercy. He prayed to be delivered from vexation, from his enemies. And he prayed for what he wanted, the Lord to remove from him, man. Don't just, oh God, please. Nah, pray for what you need, man. And I'm obviously, we're sitting here talking about depression, so I'm not talking about anything physical, right? If ask the Lord, hey, whatever it is that I need to proceed in His truth, okay? Babakasha, babakasha, babakasha. All right, may you bestow it upon me. All right, or however you pray or whatever like that, And the Lord will see to it that is, it's done, man. Might not be on your time, but hey, He gonna hear you. He hit a prayer of the saints. Okay, so without any further ado, I pray that anybody who's going through, that sort of depression state, you come up out of it, right, in a timely fashion, and you learn how to avoid it next time. Just because I'm sitting here going through this video epistle, don't mean I won't have thoughts of depression, right? But it's also about preparing ourselves for when these things come, okay? And to acquit it when it do come. All right, so without any further ado, I'd like to give all glory, honors, and prayers unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to Ufilek, Shalom, and the Baba Ball.